Good day, we are the group 3 and now we are here to show you our report about the rules and regulations of badminton. Next slide please. For the scoring system of the for a single match. Um, a match consists of best of 3 games of 21 points. Every time there is a serve, there is a point scored. The side winning a rally adds to a point to its score. At 20 all, the side which gains a 2 points lead first wins that game. At 29 all, the side scoring the 30th point wins that game. Then lastly, the side winning a game serves first in the next game. In sa paglalaro po ng badminton, meron po tayong tinatawag na best of 3 games. Then nagko-consist po siya ng 21 points each. Then sa every time na magse-serve po tayo, meron po itong katumbas na puntos. Then kapag side side winning rally naman, meron din po itong katumbas na puntos. Then pagka 20 all or 20 tie, meron paunahan po silang paunahang makapuntos ng dalawa. Then sa 29 all na tie, kung sino paunahang makapuntos ng pang 30 puntos. And lastly, sa pag winning a game, kung sino ang unang nanalo, sila po yung magse-serve. Then next please, the next reporter will be Ate Ria May Torres.
Interval and change of ends. When the leading score reaches 11 points, players have a 60 seconds interval. A 2-minute interval between each game is allowed. In the third game, players change ends when the leading score reaches 11 points. Sa pag-uumpisa po ng laro ay ang una pong makakuha ng 11 points, ayun po ay magkakaroon ng 60 seconds sa pagitan. At pinapayagan po silang magkaroon ng 2 minuto sa pagitan ng bawat laro. At ang ikatlong laro ay ang pagbabago po ng players, lalo na po pag na-reach nila yung 11 points. Next po. Singles. At the beginning of the game and when the server scores is even, the server serves from the right service court. When the server score is odd, the server serves from the left service court. If the server wins a rally, the server scores a point and then serves again from alternate service court. If the receiver wins a rally, the receiver scores a point and becomes the new server. They serve from the appropriate service court. Left if their scores is odd and the right if it is even. Pag nagsimula na po yung laro ay ang bawat manlalaro po ay mag-start po sa 0. At pag ang kabilang player po ay nag-start na pong mag-serve at kailangan po ay nag-serve po sila mula sa kaliwang service court. At kung ang server ay manalo sa isang rally, ang server ay makakuha ng 1 puntos. At pagkatapos ay maglingkod muli ito sa kahaliling service court at ang receiver ay mananalo sa isang rally. At ganun lang po yung mangyayari dito po sa singles. Palitan lang po sila. Next po. Next reporter po.
Dito naman po sa doubles, when it comes to doubles, a doubles has only one set in a rally, and then the server passes consecutively to the players as shown in the diagram. At the beginning of the game, when the score is even, the server serves from the right service court. When it is odd, the server serves from the left court. Yun po, kapag yung score po is even, ang serve po ay magagaling po sa right service court, and kapag odd naman po yung score, and magagaling naman po yung serve from the left court po. And then if the serving side wins a rally, the serving side scores a point, and then same server serves again from the alternate service court. Kung sino man po yung mananalo po sa isang rally, sila pa rin po yung magsiserve pero sa alternate part of service court po. And then if the receiving side wins a rally, the receiving side scores a point, the receiving side becomes the new serving side. Kapag yung receiving side naman po, pag siya naman po yung nanalo sa isang rally, sila na po yung magiging panibagong server, and then kagaya po dun sa kanina, magsa-serve na po sila sa alternate side of court po. Next po. the players do not change their respective service scores until they win a point when their side is serving. So yun po, mag-change lang po yung places po ng mga players kapag po sila po ay nanalo sa isang rally. And then, if the players commit an error in the service score, the error is corrected when the mistake is discovered. Kagaya lang po ng mga iba pong games na meron po tayo. Alam naman po natin na usually lahat po yun monitored. And then when it comes to badminton, makakorek lang po yung error o yung mga nakommit na hindi po okay para po sa mga manlalaro. Tsaka lang po siya makakorek kapag po na-monitor na po yung game. And then in a doubles, match between A and B against C and D, A and B won the toss and then decided to serve. A to serve the C, A shall be the initial server while C shall be the initial receiver. Dito naman, dito po sa doubles, mag-start po yung game, magtatos po sila ng coins, and then kung yung player A and B po yung mananalo, ang magsiserve po sa kanila is yung si player A, and then sa receiving side naman po, which is the player C and D, ang magiging receiving player naman po doon si C, and then vice versa lang po yung mangyayari doon sa two remaining player of each team po. Next reporter po is Miss Carmela.
So for the rules and regulations of badminton singles, the serve, a badminton serve must be hit underarm and below the server's waist height with the racket shaft pointing downwards or pababa po. So kung makikita nyo po dun sa screen, pinapakita po kung paano nga po ba siniserve ng tama yung shuttlecock using the badminton racket. So sinabi po siyang must be hit underarm. So yung arm po kasi natin is from shoulder to elbow. So dapat mas mababa pa po doon once na hinold natin yung shuttlecock, then isi-serve po natin. So pag lumebel po siya sa upper arm natin or parang mas mataas pa sa upper arm natin, considered as fault na po siya or inappropriate and against the rules and regulations po siya ng badminton. So the shuttlecock is not allowed to bounce. After a point is won, the players will move to the opposite serving stations for the next point. The rules do not allow second serves. An overarm serve is against the basic rules of badminton and would be considered as fault. So ayun nga po, yung tamang pag-serve po is underarm and below the server's waist. So kapag nag-overarm serve naman po siya, considered as fault na po siya. Parang pag overarm, ayun po, parang lagpas na po siya sa upper arm and shoulder natin. Kung halimbawa po is pag parang leisure time na larong badminton po, parang hindi po siya competition, di ba? Na-try naman po natin siguro parang i-serve yung shuttlecock, parang ibabato natin siya sa ere, then saka po natin siya i-hit. Or parang yung move po nun is katulad po nung kapag nag-smash po tayo ng pira sa isang badminton. So, next slide. So, the format. At the start of the game, the score is 0-0. Syempre, we cannot start the game na may score na. When the service score is even, the server serves from the right service court. When the server score is odd, the server serves from the left service court. So, for example na lang po is yung sa image po nung nasa screen natin is yung scoreboard ng badminton. So, may dalawang team po tayo. Yung isa is yung badminton team and yung ton team. So, yung ton team is nasa even number po yung score niya, which is 20. So, ang server po niya is mag-serve po sa kanang bahagi ng service court po. So, yung badminton team naman po is nasa odd number po yung score niya, which is 21. So, mag-serve naman po yung server niya sa left side or kaliwang bahagi po ng service court. So, during a point, a player can return the shuttlecock from inside and outside of the court. So, next reporter.
So for the rally, if the server wins a rally, the server gets a point and then serves again from the alternate side. If the receiver wins a rally, the receiver scores a point and becomes the new server. The server starts from the appropriate side, left if the score is odd, and right if the score is even. So for this, if a server wins a rally, then he gets to serve again, but from the alternate side. And if the receiver wins the rally, he becomes a server, and he becomes a server. Then the server starts from the appropriate side, which is left if the score is odd, and right if the score is even. Next one. So, according to the rules and regulations for badminton for singles, play-by-play tournament format is followed everywhere, wherein all players will be paired with an opponent for the first round matches. These players will have 1 week to play with their matches before advancing to the next round of the tournament. So for this, there's a format for the play-by-play, and whereas all players will be paired with an opponent for the first round matches, and then these players will have 1 week to play their matches before advancing to the next round of the tournament. Next one. So for the faults in official games of Badminton World Federation, faults and errors result in a point for your opponent, and you must surrender the serve to them. Major fault as listed in the badminton rules and regulations for singles is missing the shuttle while swinging on the serve. If you hit the shuttle but it passes underneath the net, it can be also counted as a fault. Also, when you hit the shuttle out of bounds, it is a major fault, as in the per rules of badminton. Lastly, touching the shuttle with your body or clothing is frowned upon amongst the basic rules of badminton. So over here, a major fault in badminton would be while serving, you miss the shuttle while serving. It is considered as a major fault. And if the shuttle passes underneath the net, it is also considered as a fault. And when you hit the shuttle out of bounds, it is considered a major fault. So lastly is if the shuttle touches your body or clothing, it is one of the basic faults of in the rules of badminton. The next report.
So for the coin toss, the basic rules and regulations of any badminton rally, either Olympics or leisurely with your family, is that the game always begins with a toss. First serve, qualify a coin toss as an appropriate determinant. So pag sinabi po natin coin toss, di ba yung coin po is may two sides po siya. So yung magkaibang two sides po siya. So bawat team po, yung dalawang team is mamimili ng isang side kung ano yung gusto nila. So pag nakapili na sila, then yung referee or yung namamagitan, yung magtotoss or mag-flip ng coin sa ere. And then pag sinalo nung taong yun yung coin, kung ano yung makikita natin sa ibabaw or kung ano yung magiging nasa taas is it's either ayun yung mauuna na mag-serve ng shuttlecock or magiging first serve sa isang badminton play. So the next first serve depends on who wins the rally. If you win the first rally, then the next game begins with your serve. So yung next na serve na po sa mga susunod pang laro is hindi na siya magiging coin toss kasi ginagamit lang yung coin toss pag simula ng overall play or pinakasimula ng isang badminton play. So pag parang other play na siya nung play na badminton na nasimulan or yung magiging next first serve is depende na kung sino yung mananalong team sa rally na yun. Kung sino yung nanalong team na yun, doon sa rally na yun, siya naman yung magse-serve sa next game. So, and ayun, pag andun din yung rules na kanina na nabanggit ko rin na yung sa format, when yung kapag even number yung nanalo na team or yung score nila is nasa even number, yung server nila is magse-serve sa right service court ng badminton court. So once na naging odd number naman yung score, pero yun pa rin yung leading is sa left side naman magse-serve yung server nila or sa left side ng service court. So for the boundaries or rules and regulations for doubles boundaries, a player out of a team of two must serve inside the white lines of the diagonally opposite side so that the shuttlecock falls inside it. So after the receiver returns the serve, the player can hit the shuttle anywhere within the entire court area. So ayun yung sabi, ito na for doubles na siya. So yung magsiserve ng shuttlecock kung halimbawa is nasa right side siya magsiserve. So dapat yung shuttlecock is maglalanton sa right side din nung kabilang team or kumbaga diagonal siya sa pwesto mo or kumbaga kung nasa right ka, kung nasa right side ka nag-serve, sa right side mo, parang left side mo pero sa left side mo pero nasa isang court or nasa kabilang court yung paglalandingan nung shuttlecock basta diagonally siya or patagilid siya or hindi siya sa tapat mo maglaland. So after the receiver returns the serve, the player can hit the shuttle anywhere within the entire court area. So ayun na, kapag doon na talaga nagsimula yung play, yung pag magsasalo ka na ng shuttlecock na ni-return ng receiver sa kabilang team, pwede ka nang mag-hit or magsalo ng shuttlecock anywhere within the entire court area. Ayun. So, next reporter is Miss Maria Cristina Molina.
The format. A rule of thumb is that a badminton game always starts from the right-hand side. Ibig sabihin ng right-hand side is para tandaan na kada sa first game, always in the right side ng court mo mag-umpisa ng service. Pwede mo gamitin yung left hand mo kung yun ang dominant na gamit mo. The order of server depends on the score odd or even. The same badminton rules and regulations for doubles as it is for singles. Tulad nga sa rules ng single, pag even nga ang points mo sa right side ng court mag-serve. And pag odd naman, sa left side ng court. Switching side on the court. In badminton rules and regulations, For doubles, entail that the players or teams will switch sides on the court during the following times: at the end of the first game, at the end of the second game, and if a third game is to be played, during the third game is the first player team scores a total of 11 points. Always nagsiswitch ang dalawang team kapag natapos na ang first game. Magpapalit naman sa second game kapag may third game na mangyayari. Pag may third game na nangyari, magpapalit sila pag nakapag 11 points na. For the next reporter, Miss Micaela Gabuten.
Scoring system. If the serving side wins, they score a point, and the same server serves again from the alternate service court. If the receiving side wins, the receiving side scores a point. The receiving side becomes the new serving side. To win the game of badminton, you must score points before your opponent. Out of 3 sets of you play, you must win 2. Every time there is a serve, there is a point scored. According to badminton rules and regulations for doubles, the side of doubles that win a rally adds a point to its score. When both sides reach 20 all, the side which gains a 2-point lead first win the game. When both sides reach 29 all, the side scoring the 30th point wins that game. Next. Faults. The shuttlecock which is either serve or hit should land inside the service court. Any shuttlecock which flew away from the white boundaries will not be counted and the opponent will score. One side has only one attempt to retrieve the shuttle. Either one of the player is going to hit the shuttle. Even if the shuttle is accidentally touched by hand, it is still a fault. Also, an important rule of badminton is that only the receiver can return the serve directed at them. One side has just one try to collect the shuttle, and one of the players will hit it. It is still a flaw if the shuttle is mistakenly handled by hand. Another essential badminton regulation is that only the recipient can return the serve intended. Next.
So that's it for the rules and regulations of badminton. So we hope you learned something from us, and thank you and good luck on your quiz. So for the group three people, we have Miss Angelica Lambayan as our leader and reporter, Bucado John Ranel as reporter, Chu Bonifacio Jr. as reporter, Del Remedios Carmela as editor and reporter, Gabutan Micaela as reporter, Molina Maria Cristina as reporter, Quintana Crishalin May as the researcher and the quiz maker, and Torres Rhea May Pearl as reporter. So thank you.